Hi all, today I'm showing you my grandma's southern meatloaf. It's a very simple dish that's delicious, that's something you can whip together for a weeknight meal and makes great sandwiches the next day as well. Ingredients you'll need: 1 pound of ground beef, half a cup of whole milk, a quarter cup of half and half, 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, half a teaspoon of sea salt, 1 green bell pepper, half of a large Vidalia onion, half a cup of panko breadcrumbs, 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, and half a jar of Heinz chili sauce. You'll need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Now, first off, I start by doing the aromatics, and that's just 1 green bell pepper. And I always put it in the food processor because I am the worst chopper. If you've seen me dice and chop, you'll know that I'm not the best. My brother was the chef. I am not. I'm just a home cook. And it's just a half of a Vidalia onion as well. Or you can use Spanish onion. It's up to you what you'd like to do. And I just put it in the food processor, and it always does a really good job of making it a very fine chop. It just makes it really easy, the food processor. It makes life that much simpler. And it doesn't take that long to put together either. And once I have everything chopped from the food processor, I just take it over to one of my Dutch ovens. I'm going to use my 5-quart today. With just a tablespoon of vegetable oil. You don't really need that much because you're just basically sweating out the vegetables. And that usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes. I put it over a high to medium flame. And so I'm just adding the onion and bell pepper mixture now. And I'm just going to sweat it down, as I said. And it takes 5 to 10 minutes. And the only salt I put in this dish is that when I put it into the ground beef. You, of course, can add more salt if you like. I just have to be careful and mindful of my mom because she has a heart condition. So we're going to add a half a cup of panko breadcrumbs into the bowl. You can add any kind you want, but this is the kind that I really do like. And I'm just doing a half a cup of whole milk in there, and I'm going to stir it around. And I'm also going to add a quarter cup of half and half. That just gives a richness and gives a really nice flavor, I find. And then I'm going to put a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. I'm going to mix that well. And then I'm going to put in half a teaspoon of salt. This is the only salt that I do add. You can add more if you want. I find this is, just fine. You don't need more than that, I find. But if you want more, please go ahead. And I'm adding a pound of ground beef. You can double the recipe if you like. Everything would just be doubled. But it's just my mom and I, so a pound is perfectly acceptable. So we mix the breadcrumbs into the ground beef, and it becomes light. And the breadcrumbs just help keep the meatloaf very tender. And next I am adding in the bell pepper and onion mixture. It's still a little hot for me, so I had to get a fork and mix it in. You might want to wait a little longer than I did, but usually I'm under the gun when I'm making these recipes for you all. I have a lot of things I do. I take care of my mom, her garden, her pets. I cook, I clean. I do it all. I've just beaten in 1 egg into the ground beef mixture. And then I'm going to form it into a log, you'll see. And once I've got it really mixed in, then I just put it in a non-grease baking dish. You can put in whatever kind of dish you want. You could even put it in a cake tin if you want it. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Just something that you can cook it in. And I form it into a log. I usually use 2 spatulas, which you'll see in a second, to get it a nice square shape. I use my hands first and then I go onto the spatula. That's something my mama taught me. I apologize if you can hear my cat in the background. I am trying to do the voiceover for this and she won't leave me alone. So right now I'm just forming the log into a square. I usually use a spatula and it gives me a nice shape, as you see. Just keep doing it. I usually use 2 of them, 2 spatulas. Once I have it the shape I want it, then I'll put on my Heinz chili sauce. This is something that my mom has been using for a long time. My mom doesn't like ketchup, but she likes this. I don't know why. Maybe because this has horseradish in it. I'm not really sure. Anyways, we use about a half a bottle. You can use as much as you want or as little as you want, but I find a half a bottle for a pound is perfect. Probably if I was going to do a 2-pound meatloaf, I would use an entire bottle because it'd be twice as much meat. And once I'm happy with it, I'll put it into the oven for 35 to 45 minutes. And this is the preheated oven that I preheated it before I started everything. It's at 350 degrees. And everybody's oven's different, so it might be less, it might be more. So just test it. And I let it rest for 15 to 20 minutes before I cut into it and serve. And this is what it looks like. It's beautiful and delicious. It's great for a sandwich the next day. If you're liking our content, we ask you to please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us more than you know. We're hoping to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It's a big goal, but I think if you put big goals out there, it's a good thing. So we're asking you to please like, subscribe, and comment. It does help us. Thank you. I post videos every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays on a variety of topics. Everything from baking to cooking. I do interior design, I do pets, I do gardening, I do sewing, and I do lifestyle. Thank you all for watching. We're very grateful. We can't believe we've reached over 500 subscribers. We're still pinching ourselves. So thank you for everybody out there subscribing and everybody watching. If you haven't subscribed, please consider hit the bell to get notified. And it's going to be another scorcher. Please bring your pets in. Please drink water, give them water, and be safe and be blessed.